By the late 1980s, Glasgow was looking to reinvent itself. The shipyards were disappearing and the industrial base in decline. The city had a negative image as a place blighted by poverty and crime, but the script was about to change for Glasgow. In 1990, the city was named as the European Capital of Culture. By the late 1990s, Glasgow City Council began to regenerate the waterfront of the River Clyde, mainly through investment in cultural tourism, new housing and offices. Reinventing Glasgow required some stylish new attractions. Designed by world-famous architect Zaha Hadid, the Riverside Museum is a museum of transport and cost over £70 million when opened in 2011. Alongside it sits the Victorian ship Glenlee, built in Glasgow in 1896 and now a museum in its own right. Just opposite, on the south side of the river, sits the Glasgow Science Centre, opened in 2001 and now a major tourist destination that houses interactive science exhibitions, conferences and events. Its distinctive shape is designed to echo the hull of a Glasgow ship. Just along from the Science Centre we find BBC Pacific Quay, opened in 2007 and built on the site of a dockyard that closed in the 1970s. These studios are home to BBC Scotland's television, radio and online services and the headquarters of the BBC in Scotland. The studios are part of a wider media cluster by the river, with STV, the Scottish commercial broadcaster, also located next door. Opposite and back on the north side of the river, we find two major exhibition and concert halls. The iconic SEC Armadillo opened in 1997, looking like Glasgow's version of the Sydney Opera House, though the design is again inspired by the Clyde's shipbuilding heritage. Next door is the SSE Hydro, a 14,000-seat arena which opened in 2013 and has hosted concerts by Taylor Swift, Beyoncé and Ed Sheeran, amongst many others. Both arenas are vital now to the success of the city's creative economy. Alongside sit two other iconic Clydeside structures. The Finniston crane used to lift heavy cargo to and from the ships, but now stands as a proud symbol of the city's industrial and engineering heritage. It looms over the Clyde Arc Bridge, which was built in 2006 with a distinctive curved and angled design. This has led Glaswegians to rechristen it the Squinty Bridge, squinty meaning off-centred or not quite straight. Both structures, one old, one new, have become key to the city's brand or image. The cultural offer extends beyond the waterfront and new build. In the west end of the city, the Calvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum is one of the most visited tourist attractions in Scotland. It boasts over 8,000 objects in 22 galleries, including Renaissance art and artifacts from ancient Egypt, as well as its famous room of floating heads. By 2019, almost 2 million visitors a year were coming through its doors. The museum is adjacent to the Bohemian University District and Calvin Grove Park, and a short walk from the newly trendy neighbourhood of Finniston. Heading back east, at the spine of the city centre is Buchanan Street, which is marketed as offering a stylish and upmarket shopping and retail experience. It was pedestrianised in the 1970s to offer a wide-open and accessible public realm. At the northern end is the Glasgow Royal Concert Hall, which opened in 1990. The hall is the Glasgow performance base of the Royal Scottish National Orchestra and has hosted many international orchestras, soloists and conductors. It looks out imperiously over Buchanan Street and the city centre below, looking south towards the river. The final part of our Regeneration mosaic is the Gallery of Modern Art. Opened in 1996, the gallery is housed in a neoclassical building in Royal Exchange Square in the heart of the city centre. It contains work by artists such as Andy Warhol and David Hockney, as well as many modern Scottish artists. Outside, the Duke of Wellington proudly sits, wearing the traffic cone on his head that he's been sporting on and off since the 1980s. A joke occasioned on him by the Scottish people, who are known for their creative humour and disdain towards particularly English forms of power and authority.